This is the LoveLine 1-minute warning. Sex, drugs, disease, and addiction served up fresh in 50 seconds. Adam's occasional humor and Drew's plethora of knowledge unleashed in 40 seconds. The world's dumbest callers can be heard coast to coast in 30 seconds. And life gets just a little bit better in only 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6.
LoveLine is meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised.
Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew.
I'm not modeling anymore for the two of you.
LoveLine.
Hey there, kiddies out in Radio Land. I'm Adam Carolla. That is my good partner, Dr. Drew. Phone number for LoveLine, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number, oh yes. Oh yes, there may be a...
Pretty slick, Ace.
Maybe a lightning round. Drew?
Yeah?
I smell a storm blowing in. Yeah.
You high or something?
No,
What's up with you?
I farted. We'll do a lightning round at the end of tonight's show because it's kid-tested and mother-approved, right, Doc?
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I was out shooting all day, and as usual, I just ran in here. So I was actually in the bathroom washing my makeup off and getting out of my waiter's outfit. Because, that's comedy, the waiter's outfit, and I heard the opening theme, so I ran in here with my pants around my ankles and my shoes
Little souffle
off.
humor?
Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191, fax number 310-854-4455. Matthew McConaughey, the big-time actor, is going to be in here on Sunday. Frank Stallone, whose brother's a big-time actor, will be in here. No, Frank is... Actually, Frank's scored a few of those movies. He did a few of those hits, like from Staying Alive Part 2 and Goo Goo Dolls, Save Ferris. Ooh, it's a big week next week. Drew?
Yeah.
Where are you, buddy?
I'm in Denver.
Uh-huh. How's it over there?
Beautiful.
How was
really
the
nice.
14-hour ride from the airport into the city?
Were you with me?
I was with you the last time we did it.
No, I went out to Colorado State,
Mm-hmm.
which is 14 hours from Denver.
Fantastic. And again, what happened? Somebody dropped a nickel?
No, it was good. It was about 3,000 kids, and it was very
Wow.
interesting, very fun.
Wow. They must have
Very
thought
fun.
I was coming.
No, they didn't.
All right.
They had no illusions about that, as a matter of fact.
They were sorely disappointed, I'm sure.
Yeah,
All right. So you ready to hop on the phones?
Let's go talk to Robert. He's 15.
Robert. Now, Drew, do you have your computer set up over there?
No, wait.
Yeah.
This radio studio is decked. I mean, it makes Westwood One look pathetic. They don't have a phone jack.
Listen, a mothballed sub from World War II makes Westwood One look pathetic. Are you kidding me?
Shut up.
Well, this looks like NASA.
Okay. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Robert,
Yes.
what's up?
Hey, whenever I masturbate, I can't come.
All right. You're only 15.
Yes.
You should call us back in about a year and a half.
Is there any time when you are able to ejaculate?
Well, whenever I have sex, I ejaculate, but I can't do it whenever I masturbate.
Hey, you're too much man. What time? How many times you had sex with a woman?
8.
Hey, Drew, do you remember those days when you knew the exact number? You know what I mean?
What do you mean? I still do.
Not the amount of women you were
Right.
with, the
Right,
number of times you'd had
Yes.
sex.
Yes.
You had sex 8 times.
Yeah.
And how
Because
many,
he said it like that, that's the only reason I believe him.
how many different women?
1.
1. Okay, so 8 times with the same unlucky soul. And you've had an orgasm each and every time with her.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't seem to do it on your own.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, well,
How long? What?
yes. I was going
How long
to say
is-
sex is good. It's just not the real thing. I mean, we're going to have to work on this.
How long does it take you with a woman, with your friend? A woman. She's 15.
Probably about like 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
Something like that.
20 minutes. All right. Robert, I wouldn't worry about it. I'd just keep pecking away, pardon the pun. I don't think this is a real problem. It's an interesting problem, but yet still not a real problem. What do you think, Drew?
I agree. The problem is that he's sort of engaged in high-level sexual activity before he's really ready.
Put a condom on.
Yeah.
Alyssa?
Yeah.
You're 21.
Yeah.
What's up?
I have a 10-month-old son, and I have Tourette syndrome. I was wondering, is that genetic? What are the chances of him?
I believe that obsessive-compulsive disorders, of which Tourette's is one, can have a familial kind of predisposition associated with it, but it's not necessarily the case.
It's not necessarily.
Not necessarily. It's
okay, because no one.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
That there's a genetic tendency amongst the obsessive-compulsive disorders.
How does How does your Tourette's manifest itself?
Well, I grew out of it, basically. I've always had a really mild case. It was never really bad. I never went off swearing.
Right.
You just had tics or twitches, that sort of thing?
Right. And then I kind of grew out of it more after, puberty, and I'm not on medication anymore.
Great.
So, it's basically if one of my moods are extreme, if I'm really upset or overly excited or something. But I was just wondering what were the chances? Because I heard that with boys, like if I were to have a daughter, it would be less of a chance for.
That's true. That is true.
Lick my butt.
Right.
What?
Hey, Drew, is that true?
Yeah, it's a little more common in males.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Testosterone?
I don't know. Different genetic makeup.
It's funny because I'd accept it more in a woman. Ticking and cursing and all whatnot. It'd be kind of
cute. Adam, at certain points in your life, you'd accept anything from a woman.
That's right. Toothless, legless.
But I'm really just thinking though, you probably couldn't have Tourette's because you have to have affect. You have to be excitable.
Yeah.
It could happen.
Well, I think if I had Tourette's, it would manifest itself by me rolling over in the middle of a nap. Let's say that would be considered a outburst, a tantrum for me. All right. Yes, Drew, it is true. I lost my will to live. Who do you want to speak to?
Gina. Gina's 20.
All right. And you don't know what line Gina's on?
She's on 2.
Oh, yes.
Adam, you can read a little bit, can't you?
I'm not a good reader.
Gina. Gina.
I prefer not to, Drew.
You guys got it. Hey, I'm talking to the guys here in Denver. You have to find me a phone line. This isn't going to work.
Drew, you know that I believe that reading poisons the soul, don't you?
Yeah, you certainly live by that credo.
Gina?
Yes, actually, it's Gina with an E, Drew.
All right. Oh, who cares, you idiots, with all your different spellings.
It was a nice day, wasn't it?
Yes, it was beautiful. What do you want?
What I want to know, basically, it's a question for Drew. I am 20, and I'm thinking about different forms of birth control. Right now I'm on Depo, but I was talking to a couple of friends of mine and who have taken it before, and they told me it wasn't that good of a birth control to be on because the whole time that all of them were on it, they did not have a period, and once they got off of it,
it takes a while to come back.
It was a period from hell, and I've talked to...
well, it's a little different. It's a little different. You actually start with the period from hell, then you get no period, and then it takes a while for it to start coming back.
And like I told the lady, I smoke, so I was told also by the ladies at Planned Parenthood here that birth control pills were not something that I should take.
Well, it's at higher risk if you're a smoker. The real risks start to accumulate in women over 30 who smoke.
All right, she's 20. Take the pills and keep the smoking up, and we'll talk.
Yeah,
in
or how
10
about,
years.
in terms of optimizing your health, how about stopping smoking?
There you go. And what about the hundreds you kill each year with your secondhand smoke?
Hundreds?
Thousands. I'm sorry, Drew. I forgot. And I know I revisit this each and every night, but really I have not heard a peep about secondhand smoke in 2 years now. I've not heard one word, not one PSA, not any news item, no articles in the paper, nothing. What happened to this secondhand smoke? I guess
everybody's dead.
Oh, they all died. And dead men tell no tales. Lindsay?
Yeah?
You're 17. What's up?
Oh, my gosh, I finally got through. Thank you, and Joe, you're the best.
Yeah.
Joe?
Hello?
What'd she say?
Joe, you're the best.
Adam, I meant, I'm sorry. Adam's the best.
I'm sorry. I'm so nervous right now.
It sounded like she said Andrew, but anyway.
I said Andrew. I'm a little nervous.
Go ahead, Lindsay.
Sorry. I was asking. I have these I haven't gained a lot of weight, but I gained about 5 pounds in the past couple of months.
Oh, you pig.
I only weigh about 110, and I'm 17. But I have these I just got these weird veiny looks on my chest, and I don't know if it's stretch marks or if it's just genes, if it will go away or not, or.
How big's your chest?
About 34B.
Nice. Well, it's all right. Drew?
Why am I a little confused by what she was asking?
I think she's talking about stretch marks. Are you talking about
if they're stretch marks or if they're just because they're veins? That they look like they're really gross, veiny looks on my boobs, and it's sick.
But are they veins or are they sort of little tears in the superficial
They're not
portion
really
of the
tears,
skin?
Skin looking. They're they're like veins. You know what I mean? They're all veins.
You can get veins can come to the surface, sort of near your armpit.
Well, kind of in that area and around my nipples.
Yeah,
it's probably veins.
I don't mind the veins on the boobs. I really don't.
It lets you know you're not with those blow-up dolls anymore.
No, I'm still with them, Drew. But
But I mean, you can tell the difference.
Oh, on that particular evening, on that given night, yes, you're exactly right, Drew.
Right.
All right. So there's really not much she's going to do about this, is there?
No. There actually are treatments. They can inject sort of these sclerosing agents into veins. They can use electricity to cauterize them.
Right, but she's 17.
Yeah.
And are those the kind of veins you can take care of? You know what I mean? I mean, you get those spider veins or those varicose veins, but the veins, and I've seen veins on breasts before, at least I've seen pictures of them, it seems to me that those seem to be a little further under the skin. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. There's both, though. There's both. I know what you're talking about, but there's both.
Well, let me ask you this. Don't you kind of need veins?
Yeah.
I mean, I failed biology thanks to that Mr. Diliberti from high school, who everyone knew was wearing a toupee, by the way. But
Go ahead. Tell him to kiss your ass.
Kiss my ass.
Okay.
Kiss my ass.
Yeah. But I'm really talking about the spider veins, which are the tiny little spider web-like veins, really, that are in the superficial areas of the skin. That do tend to accumulate around the armpits.
But you've seen veins on breasts before, right?
Yes.
And those don't seem like the kind you could do away with a wood-burning kit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, and I'm just saying there are both kinds there. You're not going to let this one go, are you?
No, I'm not.
There's a point you want to make?
No, because she's 17 years old, and I think I know what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Rebecca? The boobs are my department.
I know.
Thank
you
you
need to talk about it for a while, and then you're okay.
Oh my God! I had a great bra discussion with 2 women today. I swear to God, my penis almost came out of my pants. It was just how I'd scripted it in my mind and went over it many, many, many times.
Who was it?
I was talking to one of the Juggy Dance Squad.
Oh my God!
And this beautiful wardrobe girl we have, and they're both sort of petite gals with large breasts, and they're both getting into this discussion, and it basically went something like, well, I can wear a 32 bra, but if I wear a 32, I got to get a double D. Now, if I go to a 34, it's just a D. And the other one was talking about, oh, yes, I know, because my breasts are large and they're natural. And so if I wear a bra that's too tight, well, they'll come spilling over the top. And I was just sort of standing in between the two of them and having this round table on, how small my back is compared to how large my bust is and how my, big heaving natural bosom comes slopping over the top of my bra. And it was all I could do not to reach for my junk. I couldn't. And I all of a sudden, I was like back in high school, or scratch that, junior high, and I just felt like saying, listen, could I just look? I mean, could you just show me for a minute? I promise I won't tell anybody.
Did you alert them to the fact that you were in the room and listening? I mean, you were right there.
No, we were having the conversation.
Did they know what that was doing to you?
I became...
Come on.
No, they were having a real conversation about it, and I was sort of, I was like Dick Cavett in between them, sort of.
Did you run out of the
mediating.
room and scream for your writing staff and Jimmy?
No, I just stood there, and I thought to myself, let's keep it going. We got to keep it going. You know how guys do that? Like, guys will go to a party, and there'll be some really hot-looking chick, and they'll belly up to her, and they'll talk for just a beat, and then there'll be that little pause, that little lull, and the guy will immediately try to get something going again.
Yes.
You remember when you were trying to meet women, Drew? Remember? Can you think back to the 40s?
It's a long time ago. Was it the 40s even?
No, but you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Taft was president. You're right. Yeah, no, absolutely. You're trying to sort of not lose the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't want to. The game isn't over.
The last thing you want is to hop to a different topic, or for them to be a long enough pause where people say, well, I'm going to grab lunch, or I'll meet you at the bar, or I'll see you later, you know. So your idea is to keep the filler going. And the way you keep the filler going is you just keep asking inane questions. You know, like, when'd you get your first bra? How much does a bra weigh? What's one of those babies set you back? Does it snap in the front or in the back? Hey, is your dad a tall man? You look like you have some Swedish blood in you. Is that true? I mean, I just kept talking. I couldn't stop talking. It was great. Oh my God, Drew! Can you believe that conversation with me?
Did they?
No, they don't know. They don't know
what it did. See, that's what I can't understand.
They don't know that it was like a couple of cops talking about a big score of heroin to a junkie. And they didn't, the cops didn't know there was a junkie standing there. You know what I'm saying? So there's, oh, yeah, this is pure Peruvian flake, man. 5 kilos of it, tons of it. Man, the stuff was busting open and blowing in the wind. We had to use a shop vac to get it up. And I was having the DTs, I went into shakes in a cold sweat. Oh, it was great. Rebecca?
Yes.
You're 21.
Yes, I am.
You're never too old for a good bra conversation.
For a bra conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah, never. Anyhow.
Thank you.
What are you going to ask me? First off.
All right, well, hold on a second. I immediately don't like her. Let's put her on hold for 1 second.
All right.
Nathan?
Yes?
You're 15?
Yes.
What's up?
I've had sex with my stepsister, and she came up pregnant, and I want to know if I'm the father, and I don't know how to go about to do that.
Well, is there another guy who you think may be a candidate for fatherhood?
It might be her boyfriend.
It might
why
be
don't
her
you
boyfriend.
just let it be her boyfriend?
Well, there's only one way to really settle this. You have to have the child, and then you both get on one end of the corral. You put the child in the middle, and you both call for it. Whichever man it goes for, that's whose child it is. Right, Drew?
Yeah.
Settle it like the Old West.
There's no way to do it before the baby's born?
Not that I'm aware of.
How many times did you have sex with your stepsister?
4 or 5.
4 or 5. And how long have you known her, by the way?
Yeah, absolutely.
3 years.
3 years. And how old is she?
She's 17.
17. And is she a little chaotic? Is she a little screwed up?
Not really.
Really? She's just
come
banging around with her stepbrother and her boyfriend simultaneously without protection?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she'll make
Except
a hell of a mother and a hell of a wife, I'm sure. And is she planning on keeping the child and raising the child?
I don't know.
You don't know. You don't sweat the details.
How
And
long into the pregnancy is she?
She's about 2 months.
About 2 months. So you guys have just shifted to oral sex now, or you still with the intercourse?
I've quit totally.
Oh, you have? All right. And you're not interested in knowing whether she's going to have an abortion or give the child up for adoption?
Well, if it's mine, I want to have an abortion, but if it's her boyfriend's, I guess they can keep it.
Yeah.
Well, given that you can't tell at this point.
And Drew, when are they going to figure that out?
There probably are ways to do it.
Don't we have the science for that?
There probably are ways. I'm just not familiar with it. But I bet it's incredibly expensive.
Well, he sounds like a man of means. I mean, any guy who's banging his stepdaughter. Close your eyes, Drew.
Oh, God. Well, it's not a
sorry,
stepdaughter,
stepsister.
stepsister.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, close your eyes for a second. Picture what that house is looking like.
Oh, God.
I'm going to see if I can draw a picture. High rust-colored shag, which has been matted over, like a long grease trail running down the middle of it, like from the kitchen at Tony Roma's into the dining room.
Did you say house?
I'm using that in a sort of loose term, like dog house, bird house, the big house. They put a house at the end of things. You know what I mean? Doesn't necessarily mean it's not necessarily a home.
in the house.
I'm picturing one of those good 70s sofas where the side arm takes up the entire sofa. You remember that when that was all the rage? It looked like some sort of huge jelly roll or something was on each arm. Was so padded that a 9-foot sofa only had room for one thin person in the middle. Who decided that the arms should be like 4 sofas themselves?
Please, whatever was decided in the 70s, whatever was going on there.
But, Drew, do you remember that look? And people, like at a party, you'd have people sitting on the arms of the sofa, but the sofa itself had about 14 inches in the center of usable ass space, and then the rest was just all arm.
Yeah, and
all
back.
padded arm and back. Yeah. All right, what else? Maybe something made of wicker or rattan. I'm going in the bathroom. I'm going with the adhesive back 1x1 squares of mirrored glass with the gold veins running through them.
Yep, that's it. With that sort of antique veins, right?
Yeah,
Antique appearance.
spidery
Yes.
gold veins. Rebecca?
Yeah.
All right, we're back with you now. What's your question?
Well, basically, I'm having a really hard time trusting people, even when I'm in public, when I meet people, and
Why do you think that is?
it's just just recently. I don't know, but I've gone through a lot in the past 3 or 4 months, and it's to the point where someone that's really close to me will say something, and immediately the first thoughts that come to my mind are, they're lying, or they have different motives, or...
So you're paranoid.
Yeah, I guess I am.
It's what do you do for a living?
Well, I am a stripper.
A stripper.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you're not of furniture, but you actually take your clothes off, right?
correct.
Fully nude or just topless?
Fully nude.
Uh-oh. And it says up on the screen here that you were retired from being a hooker.
Correct.
How'd that work?
Well, I have gotten into stripping, and sometimes the business just works into where you get curious about it, and I decided to just, you never know if you can do it until you try.
Yeah.
So it wasn't for me, but...
Yeah. I don't think it's for me, but I can close my eyes and figure out that if someone gave me $50, I could probably bang them without actually doing it. I mean, just on a purely hypothetical level, you know what I mean? I think I could do it.
Cheapo, but
Oh, 50?
Yeah, 50's cheap.
Yeah, you haven't seen me naked though. I got a pretty hairy ass.
You get the point he's making?
I try to go for 75. They're going to want something back.
Rebecca, you understand what he's saying?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I don't understand. It's not like running a marathon or climbing a mountain. I mean, you don't need.
But then, Adam, you weren't sexually abused, I don't think, when you were growing up.
A sprinkling of sexual abuse, sure, true, but not more than anyone else.
Well, prior to that, I was really close to the people I was living with, and someone crossed their boundaries with me. Basically, my boyfriend's brother-in-law sexually molested me. Basically, digitally raped me.
When you were how old?
When I was how old? 20.
Oh, 20?
This was just this New Year's Eve.
Oh, I see. Well, hold on, Rebecca.
Yeah.
I'm curious about the prostitution thing. You weren't a streetwalker, right?
No, I worked in a legal brothel.
Oh, in Pahrump?
In somewhere in this great country of ours.
What state?
Nevada.
Yeah, what city? Isn't
Carson City?
Oh, all right. Where's Pahrump?
Pahrump?
Yeah, where is that?
Somewhere in the world, I guess. Probably
sounds like a Charles Dickens city.
What? Hold on, Anderson.
It's
Anderson.
northern Nevada.
Oh, that's northern Nevada? How is it you work in a brothel in Nevada and you don't know where another brothel city in Nevada is?
Because I'm not from Nevada.
She wasn't going to the conferences, Adam.
You weren't attending the local hookers meetings?
Hookers Union conference. No, that wasn't me.
All right. Now I can see why they drummed you out. And how long did you work at the brothel?
3 months.
Which one did you work at?
Madam Kitty's Fantasy Ranch.
I see. Which, if you want to call Fantasy Ranch a bunch of cinder block piled out in the middle of the desert and a swamp cooler on top of it, a Fantasy Ranch, that was it, right?
So you've been?
No, but I've seen these things. They make them out to be like these oases in the middle of the desert, and it's really just a bunch of chain link fence and cinder block, right?
No, actually, they're constructed, manufactured homes, actually, but that's beside the point.
Oh, that's nice. So you got some T111 siding there, or some nice corrugated sheet metal siding.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And how long did you work there?
I told you, 3 months.
Oh, that was only 3 months. How many guys you figure you had sex with in 3 months?
Probably about 50 a month, so 150.
You're like a pit bull tonight, Adam.
How much money? I'm very curious, though. I mean, how much money did you make a month doing that?
40. Well, I grossed 40,000, net 20.
In 3 months?
No, per month.
And you had to pay taxes and everything, right?
Of course.
And is it true that the way those brothels work, that you can't flag a guy down? The guy walks in and sort of looks around and picks a girl, but you can't go up to him?
Yeah, if you do that, it's called dirty hustling.
Really? So they just want to make sure it's a even playing field for everybody?
Correct.
I find this interesting. Hold on a second. Drew, don't you think this is interesting?
Yeah.
I mean, aren't you interested in the specifics of life? You know, I mean, 40 grand a month.
Well, didn't we?
50
that's kind of
guys?
wild. Didn't we have a former hooker in the show about 2 years ago? You took her all through all these questions.
Yeah, but you know what? I never really got to the bottom of how much she made or how many guys she was with a month and things like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm in a chat room right now, and it says Pahrump is 1 hour north of Las Vegas.
Okay.
That's where Pahrump is.
All right. Hey, Drew.
Yeah.
Stop messing on the computer. You're very distracted tonight.
Yeah.
All right. We are going to take ourselves a little break. I have a couple more hooker questions for Rebecca. I did give a shout out to Juggy Angelique and Juggy Vanessa, who told me I had to say hi to them.
Is one of those the ones you were engaged in the bra discussion with?
No, absolutely not. That was Juggy Suzanne. There's a lot of Juggies on site today. It was a good day. We'll take ourselves a little break. We'll be back with you and Drew and Rebecca, the ex-prostitute, after this.
LoveLine.
LoveLine. We'll be right back.
Hello, production.
Hi, honey.
Hey, sweetie, what's up?
The best news.
What?
Dad.
Dad? Me? Well, how do you know?
The first response pregnancy test.
But you're just a day late.
That's how soon it works.
Wow.
First response. So advanced it can be used as soon as the first day of your missed period. No at-home tests work sooner. And it's over 99% accurate in lab tests. Use as directed. See your doctor as recommended.
How's the name Felicity?
For a boy? No way.
First response. Nobody tells you sooner.
I'm talking to a real-life Geico Auto Insurance customer, Jackie Gelman. Jackie, you filed a claim with Geico. How fast was it handled?
It was fast.
As fast as a cheetah chasing a frightened antelope on the African plains, Jackie?
Well, it was fast.
Voila! Claims handled as fast as a cheetah at dinner time, give or take a few antelope. One 15-minute call could save you 15% or more. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. 1-800-947-AUTO. Geico Direct, the sensible alternative.
Hi, I'm Serenity, and these are my friends, Missy and Stephanie.
You know, a lot of things happen to us every day that we have no control over.
But HIV and other sexually transmitted diseases aren't things that just happen to you. You do have a choice.
You can choose to use a condom, have safe sex, and take control of your life.
Asking for a condom isn't stupid. It's smart. It shows that you care about yourself and your partner.
You can do something about sexually transmitted diseases.
Use a condom.
Every partner.
Every time.
We do.
A message brought to you by Wicked Pictures and AIDS Project Los Angeles.
Oh, come on, have a drink.
No, thanks.
Just one little drink.
I don't want to.
Chicken, everyone else is.
I said no.
What a nerd. One little drink won't kill you.
You've heard it all before. Be cool. Join the crowd. Have a drink, even though you're not 21.
Let's go. She's no fun.
Make the right choice. Don't give in. Underage drinking is dumb and dangerous.
Look out!
A public service message from the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Somewhere in our community is a mother whose drug abuse once left her unable to care for her kids. There's a father, too, whose alcohol use drove his wife and children away. There's a boyfriend whose drug use frightened his girlfriend into giving him an ultimatum: get help or I'm gone. Help is available. It's in the form of treatment programs for drug abuse and alcohol problems, and the good news is that these programs are making a big difference in people's lives. With proper treatment, mothers and fathers, sweethearts and coworkers, friends and neighbors are overcoming drug and alcohol problems and reclaiming their lives. Isn't it great that treatment works? To find out about drug and alcohol treatment programs that can help, call 1-800-662-HELP. That's 1-800-662-HELP. There is help, and it works. A public service of this station and the Center for Substance Abuse Treatment.
Dad, I don't think our campfire's totally out.
Are you kidding me? I know when a campfire's out. Did you drown the fire with water and stir it with a stick? No, it's out. We don't have to... Who said that?
Frank, it's a talking moose with sunglasses.
And a bunch of singing and dancing forest animals.
We know we can count on you to do what Smokey says.
And when your folks desire to build a fire,
Hot, hot.
clear brush and branches away, and keep water nearby like you oughta. Okay, I poured water on the fire. I stirred it with a stick. Everybody walked slowly toward the RV.
Dad, these are just Smokey's friends.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Frank, it's Smokey.
Nice hat, Smokey. Want the rest of my peanut butter sandwich?
Dad!
Visit Smokey at www.smokeybear.com. Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, the National Association of State Foresters, and the Ad Council.
Hey, kiddies, it's the LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. And let's get back with Rebecca. Rebecca was a stripper, is a stripper in a legal brothel in Nevada for 3 months. Made $40,000 a month. Did 50 guys a month. Not too bad. So wait a minute, Rebecca.
What?
Yeah.
So you do 40. So was it about? Am I doing the right math? Was it like $800 a pop?
Pretty much 800 to 1,000. Sometimes cheaper. So the 1,000, averaging about 1,000 a guy.
You would average about 1,000 a guy.
Correct.
And how long would you be with the guy for $1,000?
Sometimes at the most half hour, 45 minutes.
No.
Yeah.
That's a little pricey.
If they were nice, maybe an hour, hour and a half.
Well, wait a minute though. What would you do? 2-3 guys in an evening's work?
Around that. I mean, usually they piled up on the weekends, so
Sure.
we work long shifts. So
I understand. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but was it really? I mean, $1,000 for 45 minutes, a half hour? Isn't that a little pricey?
Well, it's not like we tell them how much time they're getting.
Oh.
They ask for what they want, we give it to them, and we regulate our own time.
Right, but I thought those brothels were a little more reasonably priced.
Like I said, it depends on the girl.
Okay, so you charge more than a lot of the girls.
You can charge how much you want.
You can?
You can.
You can. And here's what I'm asking. Was your $800 to $1,000 a pop one of the higher
Extraordinary,
rates?
yeah.
It was.
Were there other women there that were going for $150 or $200?
Correct, yeah.
And did the guys know that going in? You know what I mean?
The regulars, the locals probably.
Wow. So you're pretty attractive?
Yeah.
And you would get repeat business?
Yes.
I
Well,
see.
not necessarily. My prices were expensive. I usually attracted people coming through town or people traveling around the world.
I understand.
Kind of thing.
What's the smelliest race?
This is probably the Middle Eastern people.
Middle Eastern people.
Yeah.
Mhm. Hold on, I'm writing this down.
Okay.
Uh-huh. And which race has the smallest penis, please?
It's probably Japanese.
Japanese, uh-huh. Again, stereotypes are never true. Uh-huh. And who are the worst tippers?
The worst tippers are actually people with a lot of money.
I see, and that could be any color.
That's
Yeah.
you, Adam.
That would be
what
me.
did you?
All right, now
what did
hold
you-
on.
what did-
Smallest penis, Japanese. Smelliest, Middle Eastern. Who were the worst in the sack? Which nationality?
Probably young American men.
I see. Young American men worst in the
How
sack.
young? How young?
Between 18 and 24.
Uh-huh. Did any perform oral sex on you?
No.
None of them did that.
I found the average upper class white Americans pretty good at performing head. So
Wait a minute. Did you say they did perform that on you or didn't?
the young men, no.
Did anyone ever do that?
Yes.
What percentage of guys went down on you who were paying you? Because I want to know what kind of self-esteem a man has. That
Quite a few.
Really?
Quite a few.
Guy plunks down a grand, the clock starts, and he goes down to the basement?
Well, usually we flip around, 69.
I see. And what percentage? Was it half? Was it a quarter?
No, usually when they want sex, and we give what we call half and half, which is half oral sex, half straight sex.
I see. But there were plenty of guys performing on you orally.
Yes.
See, Drew,
Yes.
that
I
to
know. I
me,
know what that means to you. I know it.
That is like you renting a car, getting it detailed, and then returning it. Do you know what I mean? Like, what is in it for you? You take the car, you put it on a flatbed truck, you pull it right out of Hearst, you drive it to a detailer, you have it detailed, you put it back on a flatbed truck, and you drop it off at Hearst again.
Well, I guess he's a clean freak.
Or better yet, you detail it. You take it out there and detail it
You
yourself.
take it out and you detail it out in the hot sun yourself. You pay for the insurance. You pay for the weekly rate. You never drive it a mile, and you return the car. That's what going down on a prostitute is to me.
Rebecca, what did you learn about people, do you think?
Well, that the Middle Eastern smell.
I know what you and I have learned tonight, Adam. I appreciate you bringing this all out, but what did Rebecca learned about?
To the unusual. I'm also a hardcore dominatrix.
Oh, boy.
All
All right, what happened to you? Someone did something weird to you, huh?
They beat you. Somebody beat you.
Oh, well, yeah, of course. I mean, I've gone through my whole life dealing with people doing things to me and always giving people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, but
You've been raped and beaten and all that kind of stuff.
Oh,
huh?
yeah, raped, kidnapped, shot,
Ugh.
beaten.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. It's,
Oh, my God.
but it's come to the point where someone that I've known since a child is someone I don't even trust.
Yeah, well, listen, Rebecca, everyone you decide to trust is going to do something weird to you.
Well, but wait a minute.
Except for the
So-
therapist.
Thank you for the reassurance.
Thank you.
But listen to what she's calling about. Is that now you normally, so to speak, normally wouldn't feel that distrustworthy of people you've known your whole life.
No, before I was a hooker, I was a dominatrix, and I was not
Yeah, but-
performing sexual favors.
Hey, Drew,
hold on,
forget
yeah.
this angle. Listen, Rebecca.
Yeah.
Well, she's become acutely paranoid, is what I'm saying.
Good.
Why has it become acute?
I don't know.
You doing drugs?
You doing
No.
speed?
No.
All right, listen, get some therapy, would you? You make a lot stripping, don't you?
You may need some medication. Because
Okay.
this you can't have been through what you've been through and not have issues.
Yeah.
And alteration of the biology of your brain function too as a result of these amazing traumas. And to be paranoid and have mood disturbances and maybe be bipolar, there's all kinds of things that could be going on with you that you needn't suffer with. That can be improved with
Okay.
medication.
She needs to see a psychiatrist and get an
Yep.
evaluation.
Yep.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Lisa,
Yeah.
you're 20.
Yep.
What's up?
Well, the other night I had sex with my boyfriend, and he got stuck in me, and it took him forever to get out of me.
Really?
And I'm scared to have sex with him again. Cause
Wait a minute.
He may have tried a maneuver I did once in high school. He tried to tuck his balls into you too, right? Smart ass. Yeah, I tried that. Something just to sort of fill it out. Kind of like a woman puts toilet paper in her bra to fill herself out, you know, Drew?
Yeah, I understand what you were thinking.
I'll wedge my balls in there every once in a while just to, make it seem like there's a little more down there. Is that what he did?
No, I swear. I'm scared to have sex with him again because
How did he get stuck? Does he have a barbed penis like a pig?
he's got a huge penis.
He does.
Yeah, but
Is it pierced or something?
no,
Well, how did it get in you and not get out of you?
I don't know. That's what I was wondering because
Does he put it in you and then inflate it or something?
no, I don't know. All I know is that it would not come out of me.
What did he say?
Hours, huh?
What did he say?
He
What was his reaction to that?
he was all. It happens all the time, babe.
No way.
Oh,
he was
he's
acting.
BSing you. Please. I can't believe you fell for this.
Of course he could have pulled it out. It was like some, you know what it reminds me of, Drew? You know, it's like sitcoms, like some episode of Gilligan's Island when Gilligan gets superhuman strength or something, and the skipper tries to pick a styrofoam rock up, but he can't move it.
Right.
And then Gilligan comes in and hoists it over his head.
Right.
He reminds me of the skipper doing the acting. You know what I mean? It's like, nope, nope, I can't get it out. Oh, one more time. Hit. No, can't get it out. Sorry. Wait a minute, I got out. Oh, it's in your mouth. Then I can't move it. Please, now maybe he has an unusually large head. And
yeah,
maybe
but even
it
then,
became engorged.
Adam.
I don't know.
First of all, any guy who that happens to, you think he's going to sit there and go, hey, it just happens all. I mean, come on, he's going to flip out.
Of course. Hey,
if
Lisa.
it really were happening.
Lisa.
Yeah.
Does he have a big mushroom penis?
Huh?
Does he have a mushroom penis?
I swear to God, you're high tonight. You're high.
No, he
high.
doesn't.
Either that, you hit your head or something.
No, I didn't
Adam?
hit my head.
No, Adam.
Shut up, Drew. Lisa.
Yeah.
Does he have a mushroom penis?
Yeah.
He does?
Well, yeah. I call it a mushroom penis.
Kind of big around the head?
Yeah.
Like a plunger or an ice cream cone or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right. Well, maybe that's it. Maybe.
No.
So
No
what
way.
do I do? I mean,
Use
Why did it
use
go down?
lubrication. He's
Yeah,
lying.
what did-
Use lubrication. But Drew, here's my hypothesis. He was semi-flaccid, not fully erect, before he got in. Then he got in. It became engorged. The mushroom took shape, and was she dried up as they were having sex. And when the mushroom was fully engorged, mixed with her dryness, he couldn't get out of her.
And with that level of freak out, the mushroom would disengorge.
Well, that's a fairly decent guess. You're right.
And where is that vomit drop when we need it, by the way?
Anderson's got it. Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
You're 16?
Yep.
You're obsessed with death?
Well, that's kind of what she told me to say.
That's good radio, by the way, when you say on the air what the screener told you to say.
I told her that I think I was losing my mind a little bit, and I was telling her how, well, in class the other day, the lady asked us what was going to happen in 10 years. My first response was, we're all going to die. So that's what...
Well, maybe that is obsessed with death.
Well, I don't know. I kind of have an anger thing too.
Right.
Like just yesterday, I put a little of deodorant on my friend's hand, just messing around with her. Then she put some on my face, and I just completely snapped on her.
Yeah. What'd you do?
Oh, and I just yelled at her. I was like, all I did was put some of this deodorant on you, and you're putting it all over my head, and telling her.
You sound depressed, also.
Man, you think you might be depressed?
Well, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe with the depression gets treated, some of that anger and some of those sort of weird preoccupations will settle down.
He sounded like quite a package, that Matt, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm scared. Now I'm depressed, Drew. I'm having fantasies about death. All right, Matt, a little therapy. Read a book. Start jogging.
Medicine.
Go on walks.
He needs care. Okay, we agree with that?
He certainly, just by his voice and his cadence, sounded like he could. A nice evaluation would be in order.
There you go.
All right, we're going to take ourselves a little break. When we come back, how about we talk with Bobby, who's 19. His boyfriend is obsessed with having sex toys in his butt.
Oh, boy.
Yeah? Yeah. We'll talk with Bobby after this.
We'll be right back with more LoveLine.
How was school today, Rebecca?
We learned what the Earth was like a long time ago, way back in the 1990s.
Oh.
Grandpa, did you ever taste water?
Oh, my, no. By the time I was a boy, water, if you could find it, was pretty much unfit to drink. But I hear tell, long ago, children used to make lemonade with actual tap water and drink it on hot sunny days.
Really?
Yeah, and sometimes they'd fill balloons with water and toss them at each other and laugh, or run through the sprinkler singing and carrying on. And then after a day of playing, their folks would put them in the tub, fill it with water and bubbles, and scrub them until they were squeaky clean.
Wow. Why didn't people try to save the water?
Well, I guess they didn't think one person could make a difference.
Thousands of Americans make a difference every day. For example, over 900 million tons of untreated sewage is no longer discharged into our nation's waters. A message from ECHO, the Earth Communications Office.
Okay, class, this part of the museum is known as the Hall of Trees.
What's a tree?
Large plants that once covered much of the Earth. This is a full-scale model of a maple tree.
What are those green things?
Those were called leaves. They took in sunlight, nourished the tree, expelled oxygen, creating air for people to breathe.
People didn't breathe out of air tanks?
No, then air was everywhere. The sky was blue, even the ocean was blue,
The ocean was blue?
and filled with fish.
What's a fish?
When you protect the Earth, you protect your health and that of your children. We're making progress. There has been a significant improvement. 20 years ago, air pollution in Los Angeles exceeded health standards on 4 out of every 5 days. But we still have a long way to go.
Here's the Hall of Weather. Press that button and you'll hear a rainfall.
Why'd they need rain?
Without rain, a flower couldn't grow.
What's a flower?
One person can make a difference. A message from ECHO, the Earth Communications Office.
Personally, I'm so sick of hearing about the environment.
I know. What's everyone so worried about?
51 million Americans live in areas where the air is officially classified as unhealthy to breathe.
It's a big world, and it's been here a long time.
Yeah, we're talking years and years and years.
The Center for Disease Control says that 94,000 people get sick every year from contaminated water. 900 of those people die.
It's all in their heads.
It's media hype.
The average American dumps at least 20 pounds of household toxins down the drain every year, most of which ends up in the drinking water supply.
Personally, I drink tap water. I mean, it's not like we're in Bangladesh.
Personally, I feel fine. I ask you, seriously, who's really getting hurt here?
5.8 million children died last year as a result of unsafe drinking water.
Not me or my kids, right, Billy? Billy? Where are you?
Can one person make a difference? Today, 66% of our rivers and lakes are safe for fishing and swimming, a third more than in 1970. One person can make a difference. A message from ECHO, the Earth Communications Office.
And now, Vince and Larry, the crash test dummies, with a lullaby.
Crumple, crumple, little car. When you crash, it's au revoir.
If on dumb luck you rely, through the windshield they will fly.
Keep your children off the streets. Put your kids in safety seats.
Crumple, crumple, little car. Don't be dummies like we are. Gee, Vince, I'm kind of sleepy now.
Okay, Larry, just crash anywhere.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your kids' safety belts. A message from the Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
Oh, come on, have a drink.
No thanks.
Just one little drink.
I don't want to.
Chicken, everyone else is.
I said no.
What a nerd. One little drink won't kill you.
You've heard it all before. Be cool. Join the crowd. Have a drink, even though you're not 21.
Let's go. She's no fun.
Make the right choice. Don't give in. Underage drinking is dumb and dangerous.
Look out!
A public service message from the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
LoveLine. I'm Adam. That is Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Matthew McConaughey, the actor, is going to be in here on Sunday. And this guy's done some pretty damn big movies over the last Time to Kill. Anderson, what other Matthew McConaughey movies? I know he's in that Jodie Foster one where he was... Contact, yeah.
Dazed and Confused.
Dazed and Confused, that's right. He
Wow.
played like the Hesher guy who was out of high school a year or two and still hanging around.
Wow.
He's in this new submarine movie.
U-571.
Gray Lady Down. Or was that with Chuck Heston in 1974? Yeah, U-571. And I love a good sub movie. There's nothing better than a good sub movie. I was supposed to see it tonight at the premiere, except for I was working. But you know what I like about the sub movies, Drew?
What?
I like the part in every sub movie where they go, shh, shh.
Yeah, right.
Shh. Quiet. And they're in this sub, and they're 7,000 leagues under the sea, and the guy's going. One guy goes, "Hey Bert," and the other guy goes, "Shh, shh, quiet." Quiet. I think it's there for dramatic effect. I mean, I could understand if someone got out a pan and started beating on it with a wooden spoon, how that might be picked up on sonar. But the part about them like talking in hushed tones, that it never really quite plays realistically to me. Do you think they really do that in subs?
Especially when it's a World War I movie.
Yeah, how much shushing really goes on in a sub? Every good sub movie, though, has got the shh. Don't say anything. Oh, quiet. Everyone quiet. I bet this movie has a good shh scene in it. I'm gonna ask Matthew when he comes in here on Sunday, and also Ed TV. Anderson, I'll tell you if he knows anything.
That's the last one I saw.
It's
him in.
movies, yes. Bobby.
Yeah?
You're 19. Drew, weren't you supposed to be in Ed TV?
Yeah, I was. Actually, I was on Politically Incorrect with Woody Harrelson, and they filmed sort of a little piece for him at TV.
That's right.
I got cut out.
You ended up on the cutting room floor.
Of course.
Bobby, what's up with your ass?
Nothing is mine. I had a question. The guy I'm seeing, like when we're messing around, he like always wants to have like anal sex. He wants me to put like toys in his butt, and I was wondering if that's a sign of him being gay, because he's like so obsessed with it.
No, it isn't. It really isn't.
But he like even when he like nuts on himself, he'll like lick it, and he tells me like it tastes like nothing, but he likes it.
He licks your butt?
He'll like he'll like get his fingers and touch it and put it in his mouth and he'll taste it.
Ooh,
I don't know if
yeah.
he's trying to get me to do it, but he's just like that. And
Now,
he's older too, so
Does he put his fingers inside of your butt and then put it in his mouth?
No, this is like his butt. Like when he, busts a nut after, he does it for a while. He tastes it.
All right.
How many kids do you guys have?
Huh?
How many children do you have?
I have one.
Hey, Bobby, are you on a regular phone or a speaker phone?
I'm on a cordless.
All right, and it's right up against your mouth there where we can hear you?
Okay, yeah.
All right,
There we
that's
go.
a little
There
better,
we
goofball.
go. She's holding a kid at the same time.
You two have a infant between the two of you?
No, I'm just seeing him. I've been seeing him for like 3 months.
I see. And
my kid's like almost 2.
I see. And where's Daddy?
He's around. We're really good friends.
I see.
That's about it.
All right. Is he helping pay for the child?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Fantabulous. And you've just been going out with the Buttmaster for a few months now?
Yeah, we're not really, we just see each other, nothing serious.
Yeah.
Well, it certainly means something. Did she say that he likes sort of ingesting things that he has inserted in her?
He what?
Is that what I heard, Adam?
I think he puts his fingers in his own butt
No,
and then
he
puts
wants
it.
to put toys in his butt, like dildos
And
like
then he
stuff
puts those
on,
things where?
Like in his butt.
Yeah.
And then where do they go?
Oh boy.
Huh?
They go in his.
Hold
they go in his
on.
butt.
Hey, Bobby.
Adam.
Yeah?
Bobby.
Huh.
Do you mind if I call you Retardo? It'd just be easier to remember. Retardo on line 1. Just to help us out here. He does put his fingers in his own butt, correct?
No, he does not put fingers in his own butt.
He puts toys in.
He puts not like toys, but I'm talking like, adult toys.
Yes.
And then what does he do with them after they've been in there?
What's he do after they're in there?
Yeah.
He messes with them.
In what way? Didn't you say he puts them in his mouth or something?
Puts them in his butt, and then when he jacks off, and then after he like busts a nut, he will taste his own nut.
Oh, he will.
I see, I see.
He will sample his own seed.
Yeah.
I see.
Okay. Hey, Bobby.
What?
I know this guy sounds like a fine father figure and a loving husband
my
candidate.
Kid doesn't go around him. He doesn't.
Yeah. Listen, Bobby. Here's something interesting. Here's a good a good rule of thumb. If you don't trust someone around your kid, maybe you shouldn't trust them around you either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you that desperate? Are you that hard up? Did you
No,
have to
but
date
he's
a
pretty
lunatic?
No.
All right. Well, why don't you just take a little Bobby time? Just take a little time off. Pull yourself out of the dating circuit and focus on your kid for a little bit.
No, she's focused on all the time. It has
All right.
nothing to
And
do with
listen,
me.
don't get pregnant again, you goofball.
Whoa, that's like crazy. You just call me a goofball.
That's right. All right, Bobby, don't ruin your kid and break up with this guy.
I saw you guys at the weenie roast.
Fantastic. I'm wearing a helmet and a Kevlar vest next year. All right, Bobby, break up with this guy. He's twisted and demented, okay? You don't need that in your life.
She really had trouble explaining herself.
She certainly did. And by the way, what do you think constitutes a red flag for Bobby in a man? Yeah, how much of his own semen does he have to drink? How many toys does he have to wedge up his own anus before Bobby raises an eyebrow? Do you know what I'm saying?
I hear
What's
ya.
it going to take for her to go, geez, I'm not sure about this one? What does one have to do? Is it, cut into one's own scrotum and wear it over one's head like a goalie mask? I mean, what do you have to do before Bobby cuts you loose?
That's the new episode of Rex Cabo.
The Mr. Elastic Scrotum. All right, let's just say hi to someone before we go to break
Alex.
here, Drew. Alex is over here. Okay. Alex, you're 15.
That's correct.
That's right. And you found out your girlfriend was messing around with someone else. And you want to know whose ass to kick, hers or his, right?
Right.
All right. How long ago was this?
This is about 2 months.
It's been 2 months?
Mm-hmm.
It happened 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you still haven't done any butt kicking yet, right?
Right.
So you're basically like putting their ass on layaway or something? You're going to kick someone's ass 2 months into it. They're not going to know why you're kicking their ass.
Or do you just want to talk about this? You're just sitting around being depressed and pissed.
Get off my chest.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, hold on a second there, Alex. He was forthright enough to admit that, so we'll talk to him after the break.
LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. 1-800-LOVE-191. We'll be right back.
Remember what college cost in the early 80s?
Tuition?
Yeah, books, typewriter, room and board.
Well, yeah, a bundle.
Was it worth it?
Well, of course. Every penny.
And get this, now it's over twice what you paid.
Well, yeah, but I don't have to worry about my kids' college bills for another 15 years.
Well, if costs keep hiking up and up, you'll be shelling out more in just 1 year for each of your children than you spent on yourself for all 4 years of college.
Ouch! So what do I do?
You better start saving today with U.S. savings bonds. They're easy to buy and afford and are guaranteed safe.
Yeah?
And savings bonds earn a treasury-based rate of interest right from the start.
Wow. Where do I find them?
At most banks. Or ask your employer about the payroll savings plan. But whatever you do, start saving now, or you'll be...
Rooting for a scholarship?
Exactly.
Mommy, can I have a drink of water?
Remember the last time you changed your motor oil? You let it flow down a storm drain. It found its way into our waters. So did that paint you tossed in the garbage, as well as those fertilizers you might have used a few too many of. If you think your actions have no effect on our waters, think again.
Thank you, Mommy.
You can help preserve our waters, not only for your sake, but for hers. Recycle used motor oil, dispose of paint and household toxins properly, practice composting, and use lawn and garden products sensibly. It's a small price to pay to preserve our greatest natural resource, and the reasons for doing so can be just as small.
Good night, Mommy.
Clean water. If we all do a little, we can do a lot. To find out how to help reclaim our waters, call 1-800-504-8484. That's 1-800-504-8484. Brought to you by the Natural Resources Defense Council, the Ad Council, and the EPA.
Oh, come on, have a drink.
No thanks.
Just one little drink.
I don't want to.
Chicken, everyone else is.
I said no.
What a nerd. One little drink won't kill you.
You've heard it all before. Be cool. Join the crowd. Have a drink, even though you're not 21.
Let's go. She's no fun.
Make the right choice. Don't give in. Underage drinking is dumb and dangerous.
Look out!
A public service message from the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
And now, Vince and Larry, the crash test dummies with a lullaby.
Crumple, crumple, little car. When you crash, it's au revoir.
If on dumb luck you rely, through the windshield they will fly.
Keep your children off the streets. Put your kids in safety seats.
Crumple, crumple, little car. Don't be dummies like we are. Gee, Vince, I'm kind of sleepy now.
Okay, Larry, just crash anywhere.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your kids' safety belts. A message from the Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
McGruff here at the airport with some tips that can help make your traveling safer. Pardon me, sir.
Hey, aren't you,
McGruff, the crime dog.
Yeah, I thought I recognized the pause.
Where do you keep your wallet?
My hip pocket.
Well, look over there at that man at the ticket counter.
So?
The guy behind him in line just bumped him.
Yeah?
And he could have picked his pocket while the man was talking to the ticket agent. Just like someone could have picked yours while you were looking over there.
Oh, gosh.
Put your wallet in your front pants pocket or your briefcase.
Yeah, really, sure.
Another thing, hold on to that laptop computer all the time. Don't put it down. It's too easy for someone to pick it up when you turn your head.
Oh, hey, you're just full of good advice. Thanks, McGruff.
You're welcome. Just remember, keep your wallet in a safe place. Never leave your bags or valuables unattended, even for a minute. Do that and you'll be helping take a bite out of crime. You got it. A public service message from me, McGruff, the U.S. Department of Justice, the Crime Prevention Coalition, and the Ad Council.
Dad, can me and Olivia and you take me to the zoo?
Kids need dads when they're babies.
Daddy, can I tell you a secret? I think there's a monster under my bed.
When they're little, when they're teens, when they're young adults.
Dad, all my friends stay out till midnight.
But sadly, most kids don't have a dad to rely on.
Dad, I met the most amazing person the other day, and I was just wondering, how did you know that Mom was the one?
Because most dads spend less than 10 minutes a day with their kids.
Dad, should I invest in a CD or a mutual fund? And what do you think?
Being a dad is real simple. All it takes is time, and it takes a man to be a dad. Call 1-800-790-DADS for free, helpful information. A message from the National Fatherhood Initiative and the Ad Council.
Yep, we'll take a quick 10-second time out for a little affiliate identification, and we'll be right back with more of the show in just 10 seconds.
This is LoveLine on Radio Station.
Yep. It is LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. He is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Matthew McConaughey will be in here on Sunday. Then Frank Stallone. Save me, darling. I am down, but I am far from over. Boom, 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 cha, cha. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone see Staying Alive 2?
Nope.
No. Oh, boy. That is quite a song. I had a lot of, well, that was one, but two really, you see, Drew, that left off about 4 or 5 years after
I was out.
that.
I was gone at that point.
Tony Manero or Tony Ginwapi or whatever his name was now going to become a professional dancer. And
really?
But the problem was, I guess the Staying Alive was Anderson. What are we talking about? 79, 78, 79?
77,
Saturday Night Fever. Yeah, it might be 78, 77, 78. The other one was more like 81, 82, and by then it was a lot of spandex and bad headbands and things like that.
Right.
Yeah, it went south. All right. Anyway, Frank Stallone and
girls with those big leg warmers around their legs.
Yeah, a lot of leg warmers.
Oh.
Then not only did dancers wear those leg warmers, fat women in jeans wore them in the subway. I mean. It was kind of funny. I kind of miss that, where something would take hold even if it didn't have anything to do with
anything,
and people would just start wearing it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tantamount to the construction tool belt really catching on.
Yeah.
And guys showing up in business suits and going to meetings and going out on dates just wearing tool bags.
And here's the insanity of all this. I watched that all go down in my sort of. Without thinking about it, I assume they served a purpose. I thought there was
That's
something
right.
they were getting out of that. It never even occurred to me to think that it was nothing.
Well, women's shins do run cold, Drew, much
Ugh.
colder than males. The Goo Goo Dolls will be in here also next week, and our favorite
We haven't seen them in a
friends.
while. Yeah.
No, we haven't, but they're really nice guys, and I'll be glad to see them. And Save Ferris is going to be in here, and we always love Save Ferris, so it's going to be
I
a
told you,
fun week.
I saw one of the Goo Goo Dolls on that HBO TV show about the taxis.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
the
with
one got loaded, came home from the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to get into that.
Yeah.
On Wednesday, Taxi Cab
Yeah.
Confessions. All right.
Right,
So
right.
when we left off, we're speaking to
Alex.
Alex is 15. Alex's girlfriend screwed around on him 2 months ago. He's still PO'd. Are you still going out with her?
Yeah.
You are.
What?
Have you been torturing her?
Well,
A little bit?
it's kind of hard to be like nice to her and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I know she's been screwing around with me because I've seen some of the emails on her computer.
If you can't forgive, and or if she's not willing to sort of really commit to this relationship, why continue?
Well, I mean, she takes like control over me sometimes.
I see. She owns your soul. I know how it is. And when you say fool around, do you mean have sex or kiss, or what do you mean?
I think, yeah, have sex, I think, is what she's doing.
You think she's continuing to do that?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Why are you staying in this relationship?
Well, she owns his soul.
I understand that.
All right. Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. You're in what you call a negative cycle, which is, and Drew, you can understand this. The more you give in, the less yourself you have. The softer you get, the more easier it makes you to give in the next time, till just eventually you just don't care anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you don't have enough esteem to stand up and figure out what the hell you want, and you can't leave. You're stuck. You just feel lousy, and you're sort of thankful to have anything you've got.
Right, but you're like a battery that's being worn down.
Right.
Each time you give in, each time you don't break up, each time you don't take a stand where you should have taken a stand, you get
They're
a little
worn
bit
down.
weaker. It draws a little more of your energy, and therefore the next time the situation comes in, you cave that much faster.
Right.
And it just, I mean, I remember this with girlfriends. It was like they broke up with me. I wanted to get them back. I was going to have some pride. I was going to take a stand. And then it just got to a certain point a few weeks down the road where I just went, oh, F it.
Fair.
I'm a babbling, just pile of lard. Screw it. I might as well just throw myself on the mercy of the court, Blah, 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 blah. And it never works. It never works. You got to get out of it. You got to take a stand. And in the immortal words of Frank Stallone, I am down, but I am far from over.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Drew, you don't know that song, do you?
No.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Yeah. All right. Where do you want to go?
I want to go to Alana.
All right. That'd be line 2. Drew, do you have the lines in front of you there?
No, I don't. I just have the names.
All right. Alana, you're 20. What's up?
Hi, guys. My problem is when I masturbate, I don't use any insertion, and so I just use pressure on my pelvic bone, and that's how I orgasm. When I have sex, I can't orgasm because I don't know, I guess that's the norm for my body, I was just wondering, I mean, is that normal? Do women often masturbate this way? I mean...
Yes. The whole part about putting stuff in you, or as I like to say, up you, is a little bit of it's kind of I don't want to say a wives' tale, but it's sort of a
Unnecessary.
social
Yeah.
misnomer or something.
Well, no, it's men's concept of what it should be. Men just think, oh, well, this, mine is shaped this way. This is what feels good. So theirs is like that. So it must feel good when it does the opposite.
Yeah, most women who masturbate, I would say, just sort of lightly rub on their clitoris or that area. Wouldn't you say, Drew?
Yes. Or let the water do the work.
Do the talking. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not ramming things up in them like in the movies.
So, am I going to ever be able to have an orgasm during sex?
Well, what about during oral sex? Can you peel one off then?
You know what I found really funny is when my boyfriend gives me oral sex, I get to the point where I just feel tickled, where I just can't even stand it anymore. It's not even the orgasm feeling. It's just like the point of...
I see.
I can't even take anymore. It's like more of a tickling. Like if
You're like overwhelmed. Maybe he could change his technique a little bit.
Yeah, I think there's a mismatch of some type here.
you really think so?
Does he have a handlebar mustache?
No.
The mismatch may just be you know what you need and he isn't able to deliver.
You're gonna have to sort of guide him. I've said it many a time. People will sort of steer you in the right direction. Let me tell you a little story, Drew.
But really quickly, just a comment. Isn't it interesting how the Rebecca, the prostitute we were talking to a half hour ago, was saying how young males, American males in that age group, are pathetic.
Yeah, and what
And we
about
are.
the guys that are, paying $1,000 to eat their lunch in the brothel while the clock is ticking? That's
I know
just,
this.
No
you can't
lower,
stand that.
No lower self-esteem than that. And talk about being a horrible consumer. Pardon the pun. All right, here's what I want to say. Boy, I got 1,000 thoughts on this. Here's something, Drew. I don't think we've ever talked about this, and it's rare that we stumble onto something that we haven't talked about in all these years. But women masturbate the way Alana just mentioned, most of them. They usually give themselves a sort of a light stimulation with one finger or something in the upper vaginal area there around the clitoris, the vulva area. That's right. Now, then they get with a man, the man inserts his penis, and naturally they can't have an orgasm because the sensation is really nothing like what they're used to.
That's right.
What if, and wouldn't it be more prudent or make more sense for a woman to sort of try to simulate the sexual act with the masturbation? And I bet if one trained one's vagina to respond to that, one could have an orgasm with intercourse.
Or why not recreate the masturbatory experience with the guy there?
Well, Drew, I know you don't like to ever hear about women doing anything sexually other than pleasing themselves. But let's face it, guys bend over backwards oftentimes trying to give a woman an orgasm, and it just ain't happening. And a lot of women complain, I would like to have an orgasm with intercourse. Now, don't be so cynical and jaded for a second here, Drew. Let's just say there's a couple and they're very much in love, and there's no more intimate experience than having penetration and having intercourse, and the woman wants to experience that sensation of having the intercourse while having the orgasm while the man is in her.
Right.
Don't you think she could sort of train herself or work with herself to be able to achieve that?
It's an interesting point. I agree.
And what is wrong with that, by the way?
Nothing's wrong with that, of course.
Yeah,
you've been honing your skills for years.
Yeah. Well, it's like honing, except for it starts with a B. But the point is if a woman, I bet if a woman got herself something like a vibrator, but didn't turn it on, just something sort of phallic shaped, put it in her, and got used to stimulating her clitoral area while something was in her, she might be able to peel one off when she was in the presence of a man.
Yeah, by the way, somehow peeling off doesn't apply to a female, does it?
Rip one off.
Okay.
Tear one down. Break one off.
Cut
Break
a
one
slice.
down. I had this big bald black man who was chasing me around my prison cell in a sketch we're doing today, yell at me he was going to break me down like a shotgun. And I never really thought about that because you hear people talking about the pumping of the shotgun, but picture the old Jed Clampett shotgun that you broke down.
Yeah.
It does it does take on a whole new meaning when a large bald black man is yelling he's going to break you down like one. All right, where the hell are we going now, Drew?
Amanda?
Amanda. Oh, one more thing I wanted to say.
Oh, okay. 1,000 ideas.
I know our program director doesn't like it when I talk on the show, but here's what I want to say about guys and oral sex. This caller we had, the guy didn't seem to be doing a very good job orally.
Right.
And I've always said that if you leave yourself in sort of a neutral position when you're down there and you don't work too fast or too vigorously, the woman will sort of steer you in the right direction. Okay. And it reminds me of a story that my grandfather, God rest his soul, he used to do this trick where he performed oral sex on me.
Oh.
No, where at a party he would tell someone to hide something somewhere in the room, And then he would leave the room, and the person would hide, their keys under a sofa pillow or something.
No, the matzah. He'd hide the matzah.
No, yeah, he was Jewish, but it wasn't. He wasn't looking for the.
You go warmer.
Yaka Koda or whatever the hell the Jews call that. The point is he would sort of hold their hand and say that he would guide them around the room, and he would always go right to the keys, and he would find them. And the trick was the person would sort of very, very subtly end up guiding them.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying?
So he would read the pressure in their hands.
He would read the pressures. He sort of walked them around the room, and they would inevitably lead him to whatever the object was that he hit.
Isn't that fascinating? Wow.
My point is if guys use that technique just a little more instead of just sort of running roughshod over the vagina.
Well, it should be a feedback loop, right? There should be a stimulus response. And then you allow that to be the feedback.
But what I'm saying is the woman doesn't have to smack you on one side of the head with a slipper and yell softer or harder or to your right. That would be to my left.
Right.
She just has to. You just have to sort of pick up on her very subtle movements.
Right.
And if you leave yourself open, you can figure it out. All right. Now where are we going?
Adam, you're right. No more calls tonight. Let's just talk.
All right, I remember one time my grandfather always said about eating poontang. He told me there's two types.
Shut up, damn it!
Two types of poon, he told me. All right, Drew, seriously, where are we going?
Seriously,
Amanda?
Amanda, yeah.
All right, that would be 3. Amanda?
Hi, guys.
You're 18. What's up?
I have a problem. I have a friend, and she seems to be obsessed with everything I do.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do about it. It's like everything I do, she does it.
Like what? Give me an example.
I already
hair
When
color.
we first met each other, she was like a total prep. She had like one boyfriend. She stayed with him, and I'm kind of the wild chick, you know.
So she emulates your style.
Yeah, and I have.
What's wrong with that?
And
blah 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 blah. Hey, blah 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 blah. Hey, Amanda.
Yeah.
Listen, who cares? Nobody cares.
Whoa.
No, seriously.
I know you want to get back to your diatribe, Adam, but what is it she's trying to get at here? What is your question?
My grandfather told me once.
I swear to God,
she likes you.
I swear to God, you're high tonight. I swear to God.
No, I'm not. You know what I'm high on?
Life,
crack.
man.
No,
Okay.
it's crack. It's not pot. Amanda, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Or are you trying to recreate?
It's not being flattering though.
Are you trying to recreate the single white female sort of?
No, but you know what?
script here
Everybody
for
I
us?
tell and everybody that knows her says the same thing.
All right.
That it's like, oh my God, it's like single white female. And
Is she that nuts?
Huh?
No.
Is she nuts?
I don't know what's wrong with her. She wasn't like that when I first met her, and like all of a sudden it's like she comes over to my house. Look what I did. Look what I did. And it's like the same exact thing that I've done.
It's just style.
I don't
Come
know how
on.
to deal with it. I don't know if I should be her friend or.
Let's put it this way: if that movie had never been, if you'd never seen that movie, would you be worried about this?
I am worried about it.
Hey.
Because I've never had a friend do this to me. before.
Good answer. Hey, Amanda, you say she copies your hairstyle.
No,
and
she.
What else?
Everything.
Well,
I mean, there's not anything she doesn't.
Well, give us a specific something that's scary. You know, I mean.
Like scary. She had one boyfriend, and she knows that I'm sexually active, and now all of a sudden she's like this big old hornball and has sex with everybody, and comes over here and like brags about it to me, and.
All right. Okay.
It's scary. It's like, God, can't you be your own self? You know.
Did you say that to her?
Yeah, I do. And she's like, I'm not copying you. And I'm all, well, you know, you're doing everything I do.
Well, then just distance yourself from her if you're not comfortable.
Listen,
you don't like her as a
hang out
friend.
with her if she gives you the creeps, goofball. But
Well, I go to school with her, and she's my niece.
Oh, shut up.
Blah,
Listen,
blah, 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 blah.
you know why I don't like this question, Drew?
Why?
Because it's a sort of
No question.
It's A, it's not a question; it's a
Yeah.
statement. B, you sons of retards out there, if you're hanging around with somebody and you don't like them, yet they're your friend, stop hanging around with them.
Yeah.
And 4, this is one of those chick things. I mean, seriously, I meet a guy, and he shows up in the same sweater I'm wearing, and it's high fives all the way around.
Adam, honestly, you don't like women, do you? Really, seriously.
No.
If a hooker, if somebody goes down on a hooker, that's just insurmountable that's just awful esteem.
Well, actually, I blame the guy for that, Drew. That's not the woman. Drew,
but,
listen.
But it's the fact that he's doing something to a woman that it's how could that be?
All right, Drew.
You know?
How many calls you want to jump back? You want to go back to this time last week?
No, I don't want to do any more
you
calls.
pinhead?
I want to talk about your castration complex and how those dreams of you, your mom, your grandmother coming over and smacking you over the head with your own scrotum are really important.
I never said my own scrotum. Oh, yes, I did say my own scrotum.
Yeah.
Ha-ha, touche. Listen, here's my point. This is not a big deal. And if it is a big deal, stop hanging around with the person. But here's what I would bet. I would bet that this person sort of looks up to Amanda, that this person is probably feels that she's in a little over her head socially, maybe a little bit of an outcast, a little bit of a nerd or a geek. And so she's trying to do her best to sort of please Amanda and to just sort of be accepted.
Yeah, be a part of it.
And Amanda's bitch slapping her for it. And my point is if it's too much, then don't hang out with her. But, if some guy wants to listen to the same CDs I listen to and wear the same shoes I want to wear, I want to hang out with him more.
Do you hate women?
I love women. I hate women.
Okay.
Oh, Drew, please.
I'm just exploring.
Hey, listen, it's just
You
your
said
wife.
some very revealing things tonight.
What did I say? I said when a guy pays $1,000 and goes down on a hooker, it's like renting a car to have it detailed. That's all I said, and it smacks of low self-esteem. What about the part where I was talking about how to please a woman orally? Jackass. The temerity. How dare you? How dare you? I like when people say it twice. Maria? How dare you?
Fine.
How dare you?
I have 2 questions.
You're 15.
Yes.
Yeah, what's up?
And I have 2 questions.
All right, hurry.
All right, my first one is I have heard from a friend that smoking cigarette makes you lose weight.
Yeah.
Well, there's a stimulant in caffeine, and people, their appetite will be cut back, but so will your life expectancy.
But is that like if you smoke a lot or just like once in a while?
Well, you have to eat the cigarettes for them to really have
that
a caloric
and
impact.
there really isn't casual use of cigarettes, so don't do that, okay?
Oh, okay.
How much weight are you trying to lose?
No, I'm not trying to lose weight. I just heard and I was just curious.
Well, in the old days...
Sorry for that allegation, Maria.
50 years ago, doctors used to recommend cigarettes for weight loss and energy. Can you believe that?
Well, I can see that. You do get a certain rush. Hey, Maria, you're not trying to lose any weight?
No.
Okay, so who cares?
And my other question, well, okay, my ex-boyfriend, well, I'm like already over him, and we were together like 6 months ago. But I don't know, it's just really strange. Like recently I just found out, okay, I have a best friend, and people like think he's gay, but I don't know if he's gay or not, but people are just like think he's gay. And I had gone to his house, and he went with me. And my ex-boyfriend used to think he was gay. And he put his hand like above his hand, like he just like put his hand above his hand, like, and my best friend just recently told me, and I told him, I go, that's weird, he never told me. I mean, I think if he would have been messing around, he would have told me about it, as a laugh, but he never mentioned it. So I don't know, I found that pretty
Adam,
strange.
wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
Mommy? Hey, Maria?
Yeah?
I didn't hear any of that. I fell asleep halfway into it. One guy put his hand above the other guy's hand?
Yeah, but like...
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
He's moving to Fire Island, this guy.
Please.
He's probably got the AIDS.
Oh.
He's probably pulling a train right now or behind some glory hole. Wow. I rented a movie once where this one guy put his hand above this other guy's hand.
Humanity.
I vomited. I couldn't believe it. It was repulsive.
No, but he looked at him strange, like...
Oh, not that too. Oh, my God.
With them big, gay, beady eyes? All right, listen, Columbo. Stop trying to figure out who's gay.
No, but it's not just that. Like, he's weird. Like, after I broke up with him...
Okay.
My best...
Okay. Hey, listen, Maria.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Calm down.
When did this turn into like a Tiger Beat chat line or something? And then this chick, and then she wore my sweater, and then he looked at me, and I looked at me funny like he was gay, and I think he's gay. I mean, who cares? Hey, Maria. I'm going to hell. Maria was on hold for 97 minutes. We're always right when we have someone on hold for an hour and a half, aren't we, Drew?
There's a reason that they get left on hold.
We've been
really
trying like a mother to avoid that call all night. It's been staring me right in the face. All right, listen, Maria.
Let's take a break. No. Don't even.
She was on hold for 2 hours. My point is, and I'll just say it one more time. If someone is giving you the creeps, if you don't like the way someone is acting, feel free not to hang out with them. It's fine.
Thank you.
There's
And
no
good night.
problem with that.
Enjoy.
We'll be back.
Yo, LoveLine will be right back, homie.
Saturday, 1400 hours, Army Reserve exercise. Your unit must locate a new water supply for a small town. In under 2 hours, water from a lake is treated and made safe to drink. On Saturday, you learn to handle pressure in the Army Reserve. So on Monday, it's easy back at college to handle a certain biology professor.
Your answer, please, Miss Perez. The class is waiting.
Plasma, sir.
Excellent.
Serve as little as 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year. Earn money for college. Visit the Army Reserve at goarmyreserve.com. Paid for by the U.S. Army Reserve.
According to scientists who study this stuff, people blink their eyes 20,000 times a day. So if you're not careful, you could easily miss how fast Geico Auto Insurance starts working on your claim. Often we can handle details in hours instead of days. And in just 15 minutes, or roughly 210 bats of an eye, Geico could save you 15%. So call Geico at 1-800-947-AUTO. You may blink twice when you see the savings. That's 1-800-947-AUTO. Geico Direct, the sensible alternative.
Hi, I'm Serenity, and these are my friends, Missy and Stephanie.
You know, a lot of things happen to us every day that we have no control over.
But HIV and other sexually transmitted diseases aren't things that just happen to you. You do have a choice.
You can choose to use a condom, have safe sex, and take control of your life.
Asking for a condom isn't stupid. It's smart. It shows that you care about yourself and your partner.
You can do something about sexually transmitted diseases.
Use a condom.
Every partner.
Every time.
We do.
A message brought to you by Wicked Pictures and AIDS Project Los Angeles.
Oh, come on, have a drink.
No thanks.
Just one little drink.
I don't want to.
Chicken, everyone else is.
I said no.
What a nerd. One little drink won't kill you.
You've heard it all before. Be cool. Join the crowd. Have a drink even though you're not 21.
Let's go. She's no fun.
Make the right choice. Don't give in. Underage drinking is dumb and dangerous.
Look out!
A public service message from the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Somewhere in our community is a mother whose drug abuse once left her unable to care for her kids. There's a father, too, whose alcohol use drove his wife and children away. There's a boyfriend whose drug use frightened his girlfriend into giving him an ultimatum: get help or I'm gone. Help is available. It's in the form of treatment programs for drug abuse and alcohol problems, and the good news is that these programs are making a big difference in people's lives. With proper treatment, mothers and fathers, sweethearts and coworkers, friends and neighbors are overcoming drug and alcohol problems and reclaiming their lives. Isn't it great that treatment works? To find out about drug and alcohol treatment programs that can help, call 1-800-662-HELP. That's 1-800-662-HELP. There is help, and it works. A public service of this station and the Center for Substance Abuse Treatment.
Dad, I don't think our campfire's totally out.
Are you kidding me? I know when a campfire's out.
Did you drown the fire with water and stir it with a stick?
No, it's out. We don't have to. Who said that?
Frank, it's a talking moose with sunglasses.
And a bunch of singing and dancing forest animals.
We know we can count on you to do what Smokey says.
And when your folks desire to build a fire,
Hot, hot.
clear brush and branches away, and keep water nearby like you oughta.
Okay, I poured water on the fire. I stirred it with a stick. Everybody walked slowly toward the RV.
Dad, these are just Smokey's friends.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Frank, it's Smokey.
Nice hat, Smokey. Want the rest of my peanut butter sandwich?
Dad!
Visit Smokey at www.smokeybear.com. Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, the National Association of State Foresters, and the Ad Council.
Hi,
this is Monique.
And this is T-Bone from Save Ferris.
And you're listening to LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes. And
Be good to see them again, yeah.
It will be. I'll tell you, Monique is one of the nicest
Delightful,
people
yeah.
I've ever met, and
Yeah.
the whole band is great. They really are. So
Remember we watched them in concert with her parents sitting there while she
talked
remember her?
about she after
Show me your
mic stand or something.
It was a show me your vagina.
Show me
was-
your
wasn't it?
vagina. Yeah.
Remember she was saying that?
Yeah, her parents were standing there.
Oh, there's mom and dad. We were like, oh my God, Monique.
Yeah, that is nice. It's payback time. Just like for me on the radio. Hey, weren't we supposed to be in a Save Ferris video, by the way?
Got to talk to them about that.
What happened?
I don't know.
All right. Fantabulous. You ready? I'm hitting the wall here, by the way, Drew. I left the house at 8 this morning. When the hell did you leave?
6.
You idiot. Anything for a buck. All right. Where are we here, Drew? What line? Did we leave off with someone?
Let's talk to Mike, who's 20.
All right. Here we go. Mike?
Yes.
You're 20. What do you, yeah.
Well, what happened is I did, about a week ago, I went to the hospital after doing a substantial amount of methamphetamines, and they found out that I might have a heart condition.
How much meth did you do?
About 2.5 grams of myself.
Did you tell them you would?
How long?
What's that?
How long a period of time?
Within a 18-hour period.
Did you tell them?
Yeah.
What's
that?
that?
You had done this? Did you tell them you had done this?
No, I didn't, because of, I didn't want, they found out anyways because they did a blood test and urine test, and they did tests, and I kind of lied to them and said, well, I don't know how it got there. It might have been slipped in my drink at a party or something.
Oh my God. Oh
Jesus
boy. So what is
Christ.
the nature of the heart condition?
I put him on hold because his line was so.
Well, I
effed up.
got to know
All
what the
right.
heart condition was.
What's the heart condition?
They don't know. They said I had a heart murmur, and I have to go in for tests next week to find out.
In my experience, that has been more associated with cocaine. Did you do a lot of cocaine too?
Well, they said they found cocaine in my body, but what I did, what I was told that I did, was methamphetamines.
Well,
That was the only night you'd done the stimulants. Otherwise, you don't do them.
No, I didn't. It was just kind of, I went to this party, and they were like, hey, do you want to do some of this? And I was like, sure. And then after I did some, and I was pretty high, I went and bought some more, and it just kind of went on for...
So you've never done cocaine that you know of?
No, never. I've never done it before.
So it was just a binge that night. And what did you go to the emergency room with? What was the symptom?
Well, they said I had an anxiety attack. I didn't breathe. I wasn't breathing for like a minute and a half, and my girlfriend called the 911 and had the paramedics come and get me because I blacked out, so I don't remember any of this, but I apparently fell and hit my head on the wall and was twitching, and my body, they said it atrophied, I think is the word.
You may have had a seizure. You might have had a seizure. The speed can do that to you too. But listen, there's a couple things. One is that the cocaine is a powerful vasoconstrictive, so it can restrict the supply of blood to the inner surface of the heart. It can cause a dissolving of the sort of tendons that keep the heart valve stuck down, and so that can dissolve and the valves can start flopping around. So there might have been cocaine. Secondly, you may have just
not
had
from one night though.
Usually not. And though, secondly, this may have been what's called a hyperdynamic murmur. Just your heart is so overdriven by the stimulants that you hear a murmur, even though it's not caused by any significant heart valve problem.
Mm-hmm.
So get it checked out, and don't do that anymore.
Thank
Hope
you.
you didn't.
And enjoy. Listen, 2.5 grams of crank is a ton.
Yeah.
I mean, I tell you, one time in my life I did like 2 small lines of crank and was going for a day, and I couldn't imagine. I mean, I'm trying to figure out, Drew, how many sort of average size lines do you get out of a gram? I mean, what do you think? Average size, 2-3 inches long by 1/8 of an inch wide.
I have no idea.
A gram of coke.
8?
What would you say? I'd say a gram of coke would be more like 10 lines about that size.
All right.
Wouldn't you? Yeah. The point is he's really 2.5 grams of crank. He's doing like 25, 30 nice sized lines of crank. I mean, that's crazy, man. That'll freak your ass out, brother.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You haven't talked to Chris. He's been on hold for a long time, right?
All right. I got a bad feeling about the boy. That's all, Chris.
How long has he been on hold?
112 minutes and 32 seconds.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Why shouldn't you all suffer like me? That's going to be the name of my next book. Chris, what's up?
Hi, I'm Charlie.
Oh,
Listen.
Hey, your instincts were good, Adam.
Chris, are you retarded?
Uh-huh.
Are you?
Uh-huh.
He said his name was Charlie.
Well, maybe he's retarded. I don't want to make fun of him. Are you
Adam is retarded.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Even though it's a prank call, the guy's been on hold for 112 minutes.
Serves him right. We have good instincts.
I know, but I still feel like we owe him something.
No, come on.
Come on.
You really are out. You're high. I
All
swear to
right.
God you're high tonight.
Oh, I wish I was. I wish. You wish. We wish I was high. All right. Let's talk to someone who's recently raped and see if we can
Wendy.
have the show take an upbeat turn. Wendy, you're 21. What's up?
Yeah, I was recently raped.
Mm-hmm. I was, too, by the federal government. $253,000 I wrote him a check for yesterday. Believe me, I'd rather be held down at knife point by Hell's Angels in a park. Seriously. Hold on. Hypothetical, Drew. Held down by, not you, Drew. You make a good living, but your average American. Held down by biker and raped one time, or $253,000 out of the checking account over to the federal government. Held down and raped.
Yeah,
there you go. Thank you.
Well,
It's better. You don't feel as dirty at the end of it. So what's up, Wendy?
Yeah, so I don't really feel traumatized or anything. I see the TV shows, the girls that get raped on TV and stuff. And I'm wondering if that's normal. But I don't.
What happened? What happened? Yeah.
I'm sorry?
What happened?
Well, I was it was my 21st birthday, and I was drinking a lot, and I ended up, these guys that were friends of a friend take me home, but they didn't take me home. They took me and they parked and they got on top of me and they just started doing stuff.
Yeah, see, this whole designated driver thing is not working the way they'd planned.
Were you completely intoxicated? Were you really?
No, I mean, after they were doing that, I realized that so I made them stop. They wouldn't stop. I made them kind of keep driving because one of them said something about let's go get a room or something.
Did they rape you?
Yes, they did. I totally wasn't. I wasn't even flirting with them or anything. I totally did not want them.
Was this more? This is more than one person.
There was two guys.
So they both had sex with you.
Well, I only remember one of them doing it.
I see. And did
so
you
then
say?
the guy, I told him, I had this idea in my head, yeah, if I say that, yeah, let's get a room, then they'll keep driving, and I can pretend that I'm going to throw up and get out of the car. So they did, and I got out of the car and I ran out, and I just left running.
And did you say you knew these guys?
No, they were friends of a friend.
Oh boy.
Who went to my party.
And
had you had sex before?
Not
you
with
weren't
them.
a virgin. You weren't a virgin or anything?
No.
Have you ever been victimized before?
I was, yeah, but that was a long time ago. I was
Shocking.
Surprise.
Yeah, it's never a surprise, unfortunately.
But I don't really feel
not that it wasn't your fault. It's just somehow every time this happens, it's happened before. Well, okay, but let's figure out what happened the first time when you were younger.
I was, it was when I was 16 or 17, and I was also drinking.
And what about before that?
That was it.
Nothing?
Nothing before that.
No, nothing in the family?
No.
Well,
where's Dad?
He's at home. He lives with us.
All right. And what's
he drinks though. He's an alcoholic.
Right.
Okay. Something set you up. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Look, you have to do something because you're moving down a progressive, slippery slope here. Things are going to get worse for you, Wendy. They are. And why you're not having any affect, any feelings about what had happened to you, I'm not sure. You found a way to sort of numb yourself or to distance yourself from your feelings, and I expect there'll be a price for that, such as a need to escalate your drinking. So, if you're ready to do something, you need to get some sort of rape counseling for even what had happened to you 4 years ago, 5 years ago when you were 16. You need to deal with your alcoholism because you're in the burgeoning stages of alcoholism. And you may need some codependency treatment. I suggest you get yourself a therapist and start talking to someone and follow their direction.
How about reporting these guys to the police who raped you?
I don't know. I just kind of don't want to deal with that, really. I don't even... I just try to avoid places where I'm sure they're going to be at. And stuff.
Oh, but you know these guys. You know how to find them.
Yeah, but it's too late now.
All right. I really wish.
I agree with you. She should report.
Well,
it,
here's why I wish people would report these people.
So these guys can't keep getting away with it.
Well, no, it takes the pressure off me. Keeps the cops busy.
I see.
No, what it does is it creates a record so that the next time someone reports these guys, then they really do some time.
Yep.
All right, Al-Anon, Coda-Teen, Coda-Al-Anon-Teen.
Well, just get a therapist.
Rita Coda-Al-Anon-Teen.
And probably you're going to need some kind of recovery.
Nicole.
Uh-huh.
You're 22?
Yeah.
Your boyfriend can only get off if he watches porn or if you dress like a little girl.
He can't get off on his own. He just can't. I mean, he can't really get hard unless he's watching people have sex or if I dress up.
All right, so that'd be the part where you'd go, yes.
Adam, yes, you're right.
Yeah, yes.
It's just kind of.
You know, hold on. I'm so naive, Drew. I never get used to it. I never get used to it. I always think there's going to be a different story.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because only on this show do you experience that phenomenon. No, you don't experience it in other facets of life.
Explain to them what you just experienced. 'Cause some of our listeners may not even have caught it.
What I mean is normally, like when you say to somebody, so let me get this straight. Your car backfires a lot and it stalls at red lights.
And then my response is no.
When
your
response
no.
is no. Here's what happens.
Yeah.
You then expect to hear something else.
Well, what you hear is no. My car backfires and it stalls
at red lights. And I never get used to that. So when we do it with one of our callers, I always expect to be corrected somehow, or maybe the screener got the call wrong, or something.
Well, usually they're emphatic too. They're like, no. It's
but
it stalls and backfires.
Nicole was not emphatic about this. She just sort of parroted back what I said. So let me get this straight. Your boyfriend can only have an orgasm if he watches porn or if you dress up like a little girl.
No, he can have orgasms normally, but it excites him more. I mean, he can only come if I'm on top, but I have to be dressed like a little girl wearing
I see.
Little tiny skirts.
Oh my God.
Uh-huh. Okay,
God.
Now I'm seeing this whole thing in a totally new light. This is Drew. Hold on a second, Nicole. You got to put you on hold, sister, because quite frankly, this is more than I was ready to deal with emotionally. I thought we had. I thought we were talking about a call where a guy could only have an orgasm if he watched porn or she dressed up like a little schoolgirl. And as it turns out, it's a completely different situation. This situation involves him only having an orgasm if he watches porn or she dresses like a little girl.
And, we have been misled.
With that, hold on, Drew. What I'd like to do at this point is regroup. Because we're flying off in 1,000 different directions at the speed of light. I think what we're going to do is we're going to regroup. We'll take a little time out. Drew, you and I are going to talk during the commercial break, and we'll see if we can't formulate a totally new and different plan for this complex question, which has just come out of left field and dumbfounded us, okay? All right, so let's work on this, and we'll come back with Nicole, and we'll get to the bottom of this new and different question, okay?
All right, Ace.
All right, hang on.
Once again with it.
LoveLine. LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. We'll be right back before you know it.
This is a story about American heroes. They changed quite a few lives last year. Jorge Vasquez put out fires, but no, he's not a firefighter. Philip Dale discovered several new stars. Oh, he's not an astronomer. And Elaine Capobianco. She saved a child from drowning, but she's not a lifeguard. They're teachers, but to the kids they've reached, they're heroes.
I'm a teacher. The children are the heroes.
We're not just teaching subject matter, we're teaching human beings.
I am tough as nails, but they know that I love them.
I mean, we've got a legacy that follows behind us forever.
Teachers have the power to make an impact on our future. California will need about 250,000 more of them in the next 10 years. Reach for that power. Teach. Call 1-888-CAL-TEACH now. A public service message brought to you by CalTeach, the Ad Council, and this station.
Okay, so I'm a teenager, right? And everyone's so quick to judge me. On the outside, I may look like... But on the inside, I'm all... Just because I look like... doesn't mean I act that way. In fact, I'm actually involved in crime prevention. That sounds more like this. It's really a great way to convince adults that while you may be looking, you're really thinking.
Call 1-800-722-TEENS to find out how to make your community a safer place for everyone. Get involved, get the number, and call 1-800-722-TEENS. A public service message from the Crime Prevention Coalition of America, the U.S. Department of Justice, and the Ad Council.
Evening, folks. I'm Vince.
And I'm Larry. We're the crash test dummies.
We'd like to entertain you with a little song. Only one thing.
We can't sing, but we're here with someone who can, with a song for the little ones. Ray?
Mr. Charles?
On the big highway of life, there's only one safe place for kids.
Backseat, baby.
The front seat's not the place to drop out. Put that booties in the backseat.
Backseat, baby.
Airbags and kids should never meet. I'm here to remind you to put them behind you.
Raymundo, do you mind if we try?
Oh, look at here.
Backseat, baby, better buckled in the back.
Backseat, baby.
Baby faces stay intact.
Larry, yo, Larry, maybe you should keep your day job.
Ow, that hurts.
Not as much as our day job. Backseat, baby.
You stay alive even when I drive.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your kids in the back seat. A message from the Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
Dear Jim, I just wanted to tell you the things I love so much about you. Like your pasty white belly and how it fits in those tight shirts that my friends think you shouldn't be wearing. I love how you do that thing where you mash 4 slices of bread into a massive ball of dough and stuff it in your mouth. That's so adorable. And what about when you tell those same jokes from reruns that you've seen over and over again? They make me laugh every single time. Other guys play sports or go running or do something outside, but not you. You're different.
Guys, rest assured you will never in your life meet a girl like this.
P.S. I can't wait until we cuddle in front of pro wrestling all day this Saturday. I hear it's a steel cage Texas death match.
Get some exercise. Get up. Get out. A public service message brought to you by the Ad Council and the President's Council on Physical Fitness and Sports.
Hey there, hi there, oh there, you're as welcome as can be. I'm Ace Rocco, is my good partner there, Doc Drew, and you're smack dab in the middle of the lightning round, right here on the fabulous LoveLine. Let's check the time real quick before we hop back on the LoveLine phones. It's 11:46 straight up, that's 14 minutes away from the top of the hour, the witching hour, 12 midnight. Dr. Drew is over in the other studio. I'm here at the home base, the LoveLine headquarters, the Bat Cave, if you will. Let me give you a quick rundown of next week. We got Marty McConaughey coming in here on Sunday night. He is quite a fine actor. Frankie Stallone, brother of Sly and the Family Stallone will be in here on Monday night. Then, of course, we got the Goo and Dolls going to be in here on Wednesday night. And our favorite, Save Some for Ferris is going to come in on Thursday night. Let's check the time real quick. It's 11:46 and 40 seconds. That's 13 minutes and 20 seconds away from the top of the hour. Straight up, you're smack dab in the middle, lightning round. Let's hop back on the phone again. Speak to Ryan. Ryan's on line 6. Ryan's got a little problem. Ryan, you're 15 years old, man.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah, bud. What's your problem there, bud?
Well, I sail, and just when I'm holding all the ropes and everything, it makes my hands very rough.
Yeah.
And then later when I masturbate, it kind of rubs away.
So you're saying your sailing's getting away, your semen. Is that what you're saying about? Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, Ryan, let me hold on there, buddy. Let's check the time just 1 second here. It's 11:47 and 25 seconds. It's 12 minutes and 35 seconds. Wait a minute, right up to the witch hour, right on the line. Hey, it's Rocco, my good partner, Dr. Drew. Ryan, you got to use a little something called Lubriderm. Let's hop back on the phones and let's get to Isabel. Isabel?
Hi.
Isabel, you're 19 years old. What's up?
My mom was recently diagnosed with cancer. Actually, it was recently, but she's been taking painkillers for like the last year. And it's really starting to bother me because she's been addicted to them.
Okay.
And I was
it's starting to bother you or bother her?
It bothers me and the whole family, and I'm the only one that actually talks about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know what I should do because she's a nurse and she goes to work like this and she drives like this.
That's bad news.
Well, yeah, Isabel?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of cancer does she have?
It was pancreatic cancer.
Oh.
Yeah.
And she was diagnosed about 4 years ago with 3 weeks to live.
Wow, that's amazing that she's done so well with this.
Boy, that's a tough diagnosis. You got 3 weeks to live. 4 years ago, Drew. What do you say to that, brother?
Did they have the right diagnosis?
That's a good question. Isabel?
Yes?
The right diagnosis?
I don't know. I mean, the doctors don't really know much about it.
Well, is she living? Is she going to live?
She's been living lately.
All right.
Someone's got to confront her. You need to go to Al-Anon and sort of lay off her a little bit, but somehow you need to get some leverage and create some consequences for her. It may mean even notifying her employer.
Hey, Drewski, I hate to cut in on such a serious call, but I do have to check the time. It's 11:49 straight up. It's 11 minutes away from the top of the hour straight up. 12 minutes on the wind hours back there in the middle of the line around. I'm Ace Rockola. That's my partner, Dr. Drew. I like that line Isabel gave. She's been living lately, and living large we are. And let's hop back on the phone and speak to Sarah. Sarah is 21 years old, thinks she's allergic to pot, wants to know if that's possible. Sarah, what do you say, buddy?
Well, I've been trying to get a hold of you guys for the past week. I wanted to know if it's normal. I don't smoke it. First of all, it's a big no-no. When I'm around, like if I'm out somewhere and somebody else is smoking it, I start to I don't know, my lungs start to hurt me, and then I.
Hey, Sarah. Let me check the time real quick. It's 11:49 and 50 seconds. That's 10 minutes and 10 seconds away from the top of the hour straight up. Sarah?
Yeah, some people can be very sensitive to the smoke. It's it can induce bronchospasm, and it can be uncomfortable. It's,
all right,
it's irritating.
Stay out of
Don't be around it.
Stay out of Spicoli's van is what my good partner is saying. Let's hop back on the phones and speak to Nate. Nate is 17. Natester, what's up? You're on the love line, buddy. Good to have you.
Hi. I took shrooms in December, last December, and I was wondering how long it stays in my system.
Out within, it's gone in a few hours.
You'll crap it out as fast as you'll crap out a jelly donut. Am I right, Drewski?
Well, some of it can stay in the fat cells, but it's essentially out. You're not going to be not measurably present.
Drew?
Yeah.
Let me check time, bud. It's 11:50 and 40 seconds. That's 9 minutes and 20 seconds away from the top of the hour straight up. You are smack dab in the middle of the light around the fastest 18 minutes on radio. I'm Ace Rockola, my good partner, Dr. Drew. Did I mention that Marty McConaughey is coming in next week along with Frankie Stallone, the Goo 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 Dolls, and the Save Some for Ferris? Let's hop back on the phones. This time, we'll speak to Drew. Drew, it's your namesake. What do you say, buddy? You're 20. Hey. You're on LoveLine.
Hey, how you doing? Okay, Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
I'm on Ritalin. I've taken it for about 5 years, 50 milligrams a day. The other day, I misplaced my bottle. It'll be 2 weeks until my refill. I want to know what kind of thing I'm going to experience.
Did you really misplace it? Did you really misplace it, or did you just use a little too much?
Well, I did. No, I didn't use too much. I didn't misplace it, though. I know where it is. I just can't get it.
Did you give it to your friends or use too much or anything like
Fell
that?
down a storm drain or something, buddy?
No. It's at my friend's house, but my friend lives like 100 miles away. And
You've got to call your pharmacist and get a refill. You've got to do that.
Hey,
I've done that before, though, and I can't do that.
All right, hey, Drew, buddy. This is the Ace
time?
Man speaking to you, so
What time
coming
is
from
it,
the
Ace?
heart. Yeah, let me check time real quick. It's 11:51 and 55 seconds. That's 8 minutes and 5 seconds away from the top of the hour. Caller, Drew.
Yeah?
Listen, there's this little thing that was just invented about 150 years ago. It's called the U.S. Postal Service, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
You get your buddy to put it in a little envelope, and he sends it to you, and they use next day shipping, and you get it 2 days later. What do you say there, Drew?
I'm not sure if that's legal, but it sounds okay.
Sounds like a plan to me. All right, should we hop on the phones? The old puss, the horse is out of the barn. That's the old Pony Express. Lee.
Yes.
Lee, you're 19 years old. Thanks for calling into the show. Love to hear you, buddy. What's your question or comment?
I was wondering what kind of risk there is in getting your penis pierced.
Bleeding, infection, and irreparable damage to your soul.
And amazing pain to the groinal area. You hear what I'm saying?
It'll still work,
Lee?
though, right?
It may,
It'll
it may
still
not.
work.
You're
Yeah,
rolling the dice, buddy.
If it doesn't get infected and slough off.
Listen, I don't need some guy who hates his parents with a couple of hoops through his nose and a shaved head with a chain link tattooed on it getting near the old Peckerwood. You know what I'm saying there, Jersey? I think you're on board with this shit.
I wonder if you had been 16 today, if you would have gotten pierced.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Drew.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, partner, let me tell you something about Ace Rockall. His body's pristine. He's got no tats. He's got no piercings. He's got nothing on there. Just as God created me with a little bit of extra hair on the anus. It is 11:53 and 30 seconds straight up. That is 6 minutes and 30 seconds away from the top of the hour straight up. Have the line around. And I got to tell you, it's coming on next week. Marty McConaughey, Frankie Stallone, the Goo Goobin Dolls, and the Save Some for Daddy and Ferris. Coming in.
And mercifully,
we're at the end of this show. And that means the end of the lightning round. Now, listen there, kiddies. I don't want you going anywhere. I want you to hug that radio. You stick right to it, because I'll tell you what, you glue yourself on there like Velcro, and we're going to be right back with more of the Love Line, the show that cares, right after this word from our sponsors.
Once again with it.
Love Line. Love Line with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. We'll be right back before you know it.
Remember what college cost in the early 80s?
Tuition?
Yeah, books, typewriter, room and board.
Well, yeah, a bundle.
Was it worth it?
Well, of course. Every penny.
And get this, now it's over twice what you paid.
Well, yeah, but I don't have to worry about my kids' college bills for another 15 years.
Well, if costs keep hiking up and up, you'll be shelling out more in just 1 year for each of your children than you spent on yourself for all 4 years of college.
Ouch! So what do I do?
Well, you better start saving today with U.S. savings bonds. They're easy to buy and afford and are guaranteed safe.
Yeah?
And savings bonds earn a treasury-based rate of interest right from the start.
Wow. Where do I find them?
At most banks. Or ask your employer about the payroll savings plan. But whatever you do, start saving now, or you'll be...
Rooting for a scholarship?
Exactly.
Mommy, can I have a drink of water?
Remember the last time you changed your motor oil? You let it flow down a storm drain. It found its way into our waters. So did that paint you tossed in the garbage, as well as those fertilizers you might have used a few too many of. If you think your actions have no effect on our waters, think again.
Thank you, Mommy.
You can help preserve our waters, not only for your sake, but for hers. Recycle used motor oil, dispose of paint and household toxins properly, practice composting, and use lawn and garden products sensibly. It's a small price to pay to preserve our greatest natural resource, and the reasons for doing so can be just as small.
Good night, Mommy.
Clean water. If we all do a little, we can do a lot. To find out how to help reclaim our waters, call 1-800-504-8484. That's 1-800-504-8484. Brought to you by the Natural Resources Defense Council, the Ad Council, and the EPA.
Oh, come on, have a drink.
No thanks.
Just one little drink.
I don't want to.
Chicken, everyone else is.
I said no.
What a nerd. One little drink won't kill you.
You've heard it all before. Be cool. Join the crowd. Have a drink, even though you're not 21.
Let's go. She's no fun.
Make the right choice. Don't give in. Underage drinking is dumb and dangerous.
Look out!
A public service message from the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
And now
Vince and Larry, the crash test dummies, with a lullaby.
Crumple, crumple, little car. When you crash, it's au revoir.
If on dumb luck you rely, through the windshield they will fly.
Keep your children off the streets. Put your kids in safety seats.
Crumple, crumple, little car. Don't be dummies like we are. Gee, Vince, I'm kind of sleepy now.
Okay, Larry, just crash anywhere.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your kids' safety belts. A message from the Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
McGruff here at the airport with some tips that can help make your traveling safer. Pardon me, sir.
Hey, aren't you,
McGruff, the crime dog.
Yeah, I thought I recognized the pause.
Where do you keep your wallet?
My hip pocket.
Well, look over there at that man at the ticket counter.
So?
The guy behind him in line just bumped him.
Yeah?
And he could have picked his pocket while the man was talking to the ticket agent. Just like someone could have picked yours while you were looking over there.
Oh, gosh.
Put your wallet in your front pants pocket or your briefcase.
Yeah, really, sure.
Another thing, hold on to that laptop computer all the time. Don't put it down. It's too easy for someone to pick it up when you turn your head.
Oh, hey, you're just full of good advice. Thanks, McGruff.
You're welcome. Just remember, keep your wallet in a safe place. Never leave your bags or valuables unattended, even for a minute. Do that and you'll be helping take a bite out of crime. You got it. A public service message from me, McGruff, the U.S. Department of Justice, the Crime Prevention Coalition, and the Ad Council.
Dad, can me and Olivia and you take me to the zoo?
Kids need dads when they're babies.
Daddy, can I tell you a secret? I think there's a monster under my bed.
When they're little, when they're teens, when they're young adults.
Dad, all my friends stay out till midnight.
But sadly, most kids don't have a dad to rely on.
Dad, I met the most amazing person the other day, and I was just wondering, how did you know that Mom was the one?
Because most dads spend less than 10 minutes a day with their kids.
Dad, should I invest in a CD or a mutual fund? And what do you think?
Being a dad is real simple, and it takes a man to be a dad. Call 1-800-790-DADS for free, helpful information. A message from the National Fatherhood Initiative and the Ad Council.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah, thankfully.
Thank God I'm shooting 2 of those goddamn man shows on Saturday.
Good luck.
I just don't
Have
know
fun.
what I would do if I had a day off.
Enjoy.
All right. Thank God I left the house at 8:30. Oh, Drew. We're killing ourselves here, buddy. Me and you, we need a vacation alone.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
No. We're going to rekindle that love?
That's right, baby. Forget about rekindle. We are going to burn the goddamn house down.
How gay are you?
Very, very super extra gay. Okay, so I want to thank producer Ann for doing a great job all week. The beautiful, scrumptious, huggable Danielle for keeping not only the coffee warm, but the cockles of my heart heated. And, of course, Anderson for pushing the buttons and sliding the potentiometers and making it all happen. And, of course, my good partner, Dr. Drew. So until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
People taste to them that.
Well, now. This has been LoveLine. The stuff expressed on LoveLine is not necessarily the stuff of the staff, management, sponsors, or anyone else, including Westwood One Entertainment. LoveLine is produced by Ann Wilkins Ingold.